Welcome back. The Potato Bowl up in Grand Forks this weekend saw not only a beating, but a shutout of future Missouri Valley rival Missouri State. The Fighting Hawks blanked the Bears 34-0 after this Missouri State team just put up 43 points a week prior against the SEC's Mizzou. Better yet, the Bears only got to the red zone once in the game, and it resulted on a goal line fumble, which the Fighting Hawks recovered. To talk a little more about that shutout, here's Alex Heinert with UND head coach Bubba Schweigert.
Thanks, Kelly. Bubba Schweigert, congrats on the win the other day against Missouri State, a 34-0 victory over the Bears in the home opener. A couple of years ago, you played this team down in Springfield and had a similar scoreline, not in your favor. What a difference 4 years can make.
Well, I thought our guys were well prepared, liked the plan by our coaches, both on the offense and defensive side, and we went and executed a game plan in front of a really enthusiastic crowd, which is going to help us at home to get that type of environment there. But we're pleased with the result and know we got to get better, getting ready for our opponent this week.
Yeah, near sellout at the Alaris, over 12,000 people there in attendance. And defensively, certainly for this team, you were going up against the Missouri State team that had put up nearly 500 yards of total offense and scored 43 points against an SEC opponent the week before, and you shut them out on the weekend. What keyed that defensive effort?
Well, I think no explosive plays through the air really helped us to keep points off the board, and then we defended the run pretty well with the exception of a couple long runs, one late in the first half, and then we turned the ball over and they got it on our end, and the turnover that we forced when they were going in for a score was really huge to swing the momentum back in our favor. And also our offense played a role in that shutout. We controlled the football.
Yeah, big edge in time of possession for this UND offense, and great balance offensively. I think 273 yards passing, 253 rushing. I know you weren't pleased with some of the penalties and things like that stalled a few drives, but still great overall performance from that group.
Sure was, and we stuck with the run. It was tough sledding early. They had a lot of guys up there, and we wanted to keep hammering on them and see if we could find some seams, but then had to throw the football some, and that loosened them up a bit. And Keaton was sharp, 21 of 33 on the day, and we spread the ball around through the air and then used 3 running backs. And all 3 were effective, and it was great to see that balance in the backfield.
Yeah, of that running back core, Brady Oliveira goes for 164 yards. John Santiago with a touchdown. James Johannesson with a great effort at the end to score that last touchdown for you guys. Plus Noah Wanzik, big day through the air with 117 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Feels like those individual skill guys that we expected to be good this year are already playing at a high level.
Yeah, we need those guys to make plays for us, and Brady made the big run play right before half. John made a huge touchdown run and then a good run on 3rd down, and then great to see James get in the end zone, and that's his game. He's very strong, and he was able to carry those guys into the end zone.
Yeah, perhaps the only negative from a really impressive 34-0 performance, just a couple of injuries from a few key guys. If you could tell us what's going on with Donnell Rogers and Damon Taylor, who both left the game on Saturday.
Yeah, those guys won't be with us, and that's unfortunate. So we got to really take a look at how we're going to use our roster again, and that's why we wanted to develop depth, and we'll move forward and put the guys in the best place that we think we can be effective. And I always feel badly for those guys. They work hard, and now they're going to lose their season, and we'll move forward.
Yeah, looking ahead now, moving forward, you get one more big non-conference game before you open Big Sky play, and it is a big matchup against South Dakota in Vermilion. This is a team that gave you their best shot last year in Grand Forks. What do you expect from South Dakota this season?
Well, they're a very good football team to go on the road and beat an FBS opponent. That means you have a lot of talent and you're well coached. And I know a lot of those coaches and have a lot of respect for them. And they're going to be a real tough opponent on the road. We expect it to be a loud, tough road atmosphere, and that's what we have to prepare for. And somehow we're going to have to contain their quarterback. Shevler's a very talented individual. He can hurt you with his feet and with his arm. And then defensively, just not giving up a whole lot. They've really, really developed that into a strong defense that just doesn't give you anything. You got to earn everything you get.
Yeah, well, it's an easy 5-hour drive from Grand Forks to Vermilion, but if you can't make the trip, we'll have the game live on Midco Sports Network on 2 o'clock on Saturday. Bubba, thanks again for the time. Best of luck this week against the Oats.
All right, thank you very much.
Bubba Schweigert, head coach, North Dakota football.
Great stuff. Thank you, Alex and Coach Schweigert. Well, as we mentioned, it's a border battle in the Dome this weekend. The 10th-ranked Fighting Hawks will trek to Vermillion to take on the 23rd-ranked Coyotes in front of what should be a sold-out crowd. We'll have a more in-depth preview of that game later in the week. Next on Midco Sports tonight, we switch gears to high school football. Midco SN's Jason Nandera breaks down the weekend's games in South Dakota and hands out this week's Game Ball. We'll be right back.